Okay, it says we're live. Let me... So Ryan, you're still here?
No.
No? Oh God! Liz, what do you want? Good afternoon, blah blah blah. Okay, that was a waste of time. Hey guys, welcome back to the stream. Hopefully we're good. Everybody here is working with new audio equipment right now, so there's going to be some hiccups probably. So I'll try to adjust it as we all go. So
Hello.
yeah. Okay, Lewis, you're here.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
And
hello.
Speaking of that new audio equipment, we actually do have a thank you to the one member of our team who is not here right now. He's off at MagFest. What is
He's off
MagFest
having
again?
fun.
And not having to watch Ash Peckham die. Let's see. What is MagFest again? What kind of convention is
It's
that?
like a music convention for the most part.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you, John. He lied, by the way. He said he was going to be here this week, and he's not. Liar.
He's off having fun at MagFest.
Yeah. So,
But fine, well, it's our own fun. With Blackjack, and then Fire Emblem.
wrong game. Wrong game with permadeath, Ryan. So anyway, yeah, this time we are, we're finally in something that we've never seen before in the stream. This is Ilex Forest. Woo. So just so you guys know, the plan for today is just to go until about 8 or so. Oh, I forgot that you just find Pokemon just by running around here. Let's see who are new. It's a Metapod, okay? We can ignore that and keep looking. So yeah, the plan is to just go till 8. I don't really have a set stopping point at this point, just because I think you can ignore Whitney for a good while before you need to get her badge to pass the Soda Widow. I think there's a lot to explore in between here and there. And a Caterpie, okay. There's not really much of interest in Ilex Forest, is there? But anyway, I know that in here somewhere is the guy who gives you Headbutt. So,
That sounds really strange out of context, like, just the way that sentence was worded.
yeah, I think it's not like a TM, but it's the guy is like a move tutor who can teach you Headbutt as many times as you want. So once I get that, I'm going to go back to the route before the town and use Headbutt in the trees there. So, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they changed the way this puzzle works for HeartGold and Soul Silver. I forget how I need to catch it from behind. Oh. I think they made it easier if I remember correctly, because this was a pain in the ass when we this was a pain in the ass in the original game, so yeah.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, you have to chase the guys far-fetched because reasons.
You need to catch it from behind, but not from the side.
Oh, nope, not from the side. Oh, wait, hold on a moment. I just remembered. I should do screen share.
We're gonna cook you in a stew.
I am way, way, way behind on the stream.
Yeah, okay, stream share should be live now. So, are we going to run into anything but goddamn Caterpie and Metapod? Jesus Christ.
How about a far-fetched...
In the early game bug forest? No, never. Unless you're lucky enough to find a Pikachu in Viridian Forest.
That would be nice. Okay, hold on a moment.
Has any Nuzlocke run ever been lucky enough to run into a Pikachu the first encounter when they hit Viridian?
I'm sure
it's happened, but
none that I've ever seen though. So, yeah.
Someone's saying run into Celebi.
Oh, I don't think I can do that anymore, because I think you need a specific
You need a specific item, yeah.
Yeah, so that you can only get through events. So,
Yeah. Ugh, I hate those Pokemon. They're event exclusive.
Yeah, they are having a bunch of download.
Yeah, oh yeah, I got my first legitimate Mew the other day. So.
Woo. Yeah,
It's been 20 years.
I think I have him used somewhere in my X and y, my Y file, I should say, because I've got everything up there. Oh, I found a revive that I'm not allowed to use. Woo.
Well, with the QR code reading thingamafucker, you can get pretty much any Pokemon you want without hacking tools. So, yeah. Speaking of things GameStop is giving away, I just found out like yesterday that a new Doom game is coming out. Okay.
Yeah, the Doom. Yeah, Doom.
Or maybe I knew about it and forgot about it. But they gave me well, there was a bit of trouble at the counter, and then sort of as an apology, the cashier searched around for anything extra that she could find to give me along with what I bought, which was Street Fighter V. But I got a Halo 5 bag and a Doom card of a Revenant.
Woo.
Okay. Sort of
I
like
would rather get a card of Doom Guy.
It's sort of like a cyborg skeleton gun shoulder robot demon thing. Revenants are UAC military operatives that have been methodically transformed into demonic combatants through cybernetic augmentation and repeated Lazarus wave exposure. Wow, I remember a time when nobody cared about that shit in a Doom game, and everyone was just wowed at a first-person shooter that actually had, the ability to jump.
Doom was like the first first-person shooter to actually like do interesting things, wasn't it?
It was okay.
It was either Doom or Wolfenstein 3D. Yeah.
No, the Wolfenstein 3D was the first-person shooter that did interesting things, but it was more like if you were playing Hotline Miami in first-person view, it was completely flat, so not truly three-dimensional. Doom was the game that started to feature verticality, although you still didn't aim up and down. Like, if you just pointed your gun in the general direction of an enemy that was above or below you, you'd hit them. But it did a lot more in terms of level design and where you moved while you were going through the levels. And I think it was Star Wars Dark Forces that started that took that and started to apply more sensible architecture to level design.
Well, Doom takes place in hell, doesn't it? So,
ish.
Okay.
I forget what the plot of the original games was. There were demons.
Well, you see, it's about the rock going around.
And at the end of the first episode, the the shareware, episode, that you just sort of walked into a demon portal and found yourself surrounded, and that was the end of the free episode. So you had to buy the game to find out what happened next.
Yay, guys, we have cut! Yeah!
Crawling in my skin.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna, who do we teach this to? Cut's a terrible move. Oh, it looks like Xeno Horto's getting it because he's the only Pokemon. I'm not teaching... Well, no, my Quilava can learn it, but I'm not giving Cut to him. So, yeah, I'm really glad that Gen 5 basically did away with HMs completely. Like except for Surf, because Surf is actually a good move. But
Strength is okay.
Strength is passable for main game.
Okay. Naked Snake donated $5. Okay, no lies this time. This would be my only donation this stream. Questions for Lewis. Did you look up Critical Role on my recommendation last stream? Not yet, but I will. I remember it. And which character in Street Fighter V do you think has the worst English voice? My vote is Nikali, he says. My vote is all of them. I've never liked the English voices in Street Fighter. Ever.
Can you switch it to Japanese?
You can, character by character even.
Oh, okay.
If you want that Tekken effect where all the Japanese characters speak Japanese, but everyone else speaks English, you can go for that if you want.
Okay, I think in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, at the very least, like everybody spoke the language that they were supposed to.
Tag Tournament 2 is where they started doing that, and they did it again in Tekken Revolution. I assume they'll do it in Tekken 7 as well. Or did it? Tekken 7 is out in arcades. I keep forgetting.
Because Christy spoke Portuguese, I think it was, and Lily spoke French and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Really?
it's a cool effect. I like that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Tekken 7, actually. I hope I can get a PS4 by the time it comes out over here.
And
so
you
that
still can't play the Dragon Quest foot.
Heroes. Nope.
I'm having a lot of fun with Street Fighter V, but it is so fucking obvious they rushed it out for Evo. There's like nothing there except for the online and the character prologue stories. Prologue stories, not even a full story mode. That's coming in June.
I heard that there wasn't even like a training mode, or
There is a training mode. There aren't tutorials, but except for like a very basic starting tutorial, but Street Fighter's never had that, so I don't even know if they plan to have it. There's no arcade mode.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
right.
there's a survival mode that stands in for arcade mode, I suppose. But I know people say there's no arcade mode because it was never out in arcades. So I've seen other fighting games that were never out in arcades that included an arcade mode. So I don't know.
Smash.
Well, to be fair, there are arcades in Japan.
Well.
Yeah,
I don't think Street Fighter V is out in arcades in Japan either.
To be like, yeah, because at the very least in Melee and Smash 64, it's the classic mode essentially was an arcade mode. There's plenty of fighting. Every arcade game, even if it's not in arcades, has a arcade mode.
Yeah, but you know, as lacking as it is in content at this point, Street Fighter V is actually really fun to play. Like, I have an easier time playing it than Street Fighter 4, and that means a lot to me. The casual scum.
Well, to be fair, Street Fighter 4's entire metagame is just pokes.
Oh yeah, but Street Fighter 4, the combo timing is really precise. It's not as precise in Street Fighter 5. Like where you would have I think what I've heard is that where the link is 1 frame in Street Fighter 4, it's 3 frames in Street Fighter 5. So, you know,
making things easier is always a good idea in my book, because you shouldn't need frame perfect strats to get to do basic combos. So
yeah, it's what really sells Street Fighter V to me, though, is the roster. I mean, yeah, it's only 16 characters compared to the 40 plus that we've already got for Ultra Street Fighter 4 now. But the characters that are there are really good. There's a nice mix of old but improved and completely new.
Okay.
And like, you know, even the familiar characters play either a little differently or a lot differently in Dalsim's case. I don't really know why they changed Dalsim up so much, but he's pretty cool now. I like his new moveset.
Bison for days.
Well, you know, he's really fun to play, but he's not bullshit to fight against like he used to be. You know how Dalsim can sort of like do anything to you from halfway across the arena.
Why is he allowed to stretch?
Oh, he can still stretch, don't worry. He stretches differently, but he still does that. He also has a very magnificent beard and turban going on.
Where's my scientist costume?
You want live action Dalsim?
Yeah, why not? Live action version costumes for everyone.
Yeah. Ah, man.
You know what we should do, guys? We should do Street Fighter the movie, the game, tournament.
Oh man, what system was that even on again?
The Saturn, I think.
Sega CD, I think.
Yeah, you know, it's like the most. It's like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Heracross! 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 Yeah!
Wait,
Is this so just throw balls at it.
Is this the first Pokemon you've encountered?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. That seems like a rare occurrence.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so, don't let him die.
No, I'm not.
Level 4, so just paralyze and throw or sleep and then chuck balls at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my Great Ball just to increase the... Well, I don't think I've got anything that can whittle it down at this point, because everybody's at, like, level 15, so, oof.
Yeah. That's always a pain. You know, one of the things you should probably do is go to the Pokemon box when you know you're going to go into an area with low-level Pokemon and pull out one of your lower levels
Ah!
to deal with this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay,
Status effects increase your chances, right?
yeah, hold on, let me take a look at my Pokemon, because it, let's... Oh, wait a minute, Xenohorto's, I know that, Vine Whip should be fine. I'm not sure. Oh god, I'm getting...
You don't want to let this thing die.
No. But Vine Whip is very weak, though.
Don't risk it. You're 11 levels higher than it.
True. Okay, we're gonna... I've only got 2 Great Balls, so I don't want to...
Cross your fingers.
Down AB, down
Down
AB,
AB.
down AB. Yes, did it! Okay, we got a Heracross. Yeah, there we go. Finally.
I remember that old trick. That didn't work at all.
Oh, no, but
I still do it to this day.
Oh, yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
do it. Okay.
It's the video game equivalent of crossing your fingers.
Okay, I gotta give this guy a name.
Let's- Well, you caught it. You catching it was really lucky, so just call it Lucky. Oh, wait. What are you naming it? Hug a bug?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hug a bug. Okay.
I mean, it is kind of cute in a bug sort of way, a little bit. Okay, so now we're saving, and we're going to be doing the switch out trick a fuck ton with that guy, because,
Okay.
yeah.
$1 donation from Corona Enigma. Finally home from the Nutella store. There's a Nutella store? Okay. I'm glad I made it. Hey, BLC, you should totally play Guru Min for the PSP. It's about a girl with a drill fights monsters. It's action RPG fun, and I want you guys to know about it just 'cause.
I'll think about it, but I've never heard of that game before, actually.
Neither have I. Huh.
Okay. Alright, so now we gotta think about who to switch for our,
I don't think you need Geodude anymore now that you have Heracross.
Well, I want to keep Geodude at least until we fight Whitney, is the thing, because Geodude will be a good wall for the
Miltank,
the Miltank. I mean, we can always, and it's got a good starting moveset.
Ooh, it has Horn Attack. Nice.
Yeah, Horn Attack.
A $7 donator says, "Do you want to hear about my Rapidash?"
Dash, 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 dash. Okay,
We
so...
haven't done that took years.
Yeah, okay, so... okay, I might bring Butterfree back into the team eventually, but I would normally put Xenohorto into the box, but we need him for cut, so I'm gonna put Butterfree into the box for now, keep Heracross on the team, and then I'll probably, unless if we get something better, I'm probably gonna swap Bellsprout for Butterfree once we get to the next town's Pokemon Center. So, okay.
Oh, so it's not going to leave us for that pink bitch.
Nope. Nope, it's gonna stay in the box forever and
I
ever.
forget. Did they change TMs and TMs so that they
Gen
didn't?
5.
Yeah, Gen
didn't-
5. This is
Yeah.
a Gen 4 game, so they're one use only. Yeah. Oh, okay, so this guy gives me the charcoal. Okay, good. So we've got that now. I might as well just give it to Defender because, oh, he said, we're the coolest. Yeah, we might as well give it to him because we don't, there's no reason to just have it in our item inventory. So, charcoal. So since, apparently the only Pokemon we can catch in, I was reading the chat, the only Pokemon we can catch in the forest at the moment is a Paris, which is probably a really low encounter rate. So I'm gonna go bang my head against some trees just to see what pops out.
Hey, here's a question. Can you catch a Paris in X and Y?
I can check Cerebi.
Probably eventually, maybe not in the main game.
Neither of you got that, did you?
Nope.
Isn't X and Y, France land?
Oh! That was actually
Yeah, it was
really
bad.
good.
I say it's bad. He says it's really good. Okay.
I thought it was entertaining.
I'll take the middle road then and say it's meh.
That is so Ryan. $2 says, Frozen Fairy. Hey guys, I've been watching BSC back since the days of Lewis's computer deaths. Thank you for reminding me of that. And I just wanted to give back in return for all of the years of good content. I do have 2 quick questions. 1, Ted, after you stomp Whitney, can you swing back to the ruins of Alf to catch an unknown and name it Johnny? And 2, is Ted still the one to do the 100% of Prime 2 Echoes?
No, that's gone.
Yeah, that John's doing Echoes because I've never played it before.
He's a magic guy and he stole it from both me and Ted.
Yeah, as for the going back to the ruins of Alf, probably not, because Unknown sucks, and I'd rather catch a Smeargle in that area. I mean, I wouldn't use that either, but at least it's an interesting Pokemon. In terms of... I will be going back to Union Cave to get the Lapras, though. There was another question. What else did he ask?
No, those were the only 2 questions.
Okay, well then I'm just having a brain fart then. Never mind. Yeah, so I'm not going to be catching an Unknown because Unknown is one of the worst Pokemon in the series. So it only knows one move, which you will have no idea what its type and power is off the bat anyway. Adamant Nature. Oh, awesome! We got a great Nature for this Heracross. Attack up at the cost of special attack, which we wouldn't be using with a Heracross anyway. So, sweet.
Optimization, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, we should give Headbutt. We should give Headbutt to our Heracross because
it's a good attacking move.
Yeah, it is a good attacking move. So,
also, it's like Heracross is built for it. You know.
Well, he does have Horn Attack, so you know that would be good too.
Yeah, but Horn Attack is a bug type move, so you'd want Headbutt just in case.
No, Horn Attack is actually normal type. It's pretty much just weaker than it's pretty much.
I was gonna say
which Horn Attack is the bug one.
Mega Horn, I think is what it's called.
Mega Horn.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Horn Attack's bug type, why did Nidoqueen and Nidoking no hit?
Yeah, well, Nidoking and Nido, I think Mega Horn in Gen 2 at the very least was Heracross exclusive. It might not have been though. Don't quote me on that. But in Gen 3 they gave it to I think the Nido family. They gave it to Rhyhorn. Oh, we got another donation from Gosei Daishogun. Hey guys, here's something for the rung this week. Any plans on doing the Call of Duty franchise for BSC in the future?
Maybe if we can get a group of 10, 12-year-old racists to join us, maybe.
That was mean. But in all seriousness, I don't have any plans to do Call of Duty, but I might if I get into it because it's on my radar, but I've never played any of the games. So
I may do the. If I'm particularly in the mood, I may do the campaign for Modern Warfare, because that one's actually good.
Yeah, that's, I think, would probably be the most likely one. I have very little interest in things like Ghosts or Black Ops or whatever the hell the rest of them are called. So it's just not my particular thing. When it comes to shooters, I've got Splatoon, and I'm happy with that. So.
Yeah, well, myself, I'm more inclined toward the shooters that are of the Half-Life variety. But you know, I see the appeal in Call of Duty, and no, I'm not going to go meh, and I'm not going to, you know, shit on the entire franchise either. But
well, there's a reason why people like the game. So
it's good at what it does. The problem is that it comes out every year.
Yeah, it gets franchise fatigued too much, like Assassin's Creed is right now.
Assassin's Creed, you know, props to Ubisoft for allowing the series to take a break.
Sort of. But like when Assassin's Creed, what's the most recent one called?
The Syndicate. I think
Syndicate, yeah. When Syndicate came out, I remember people saying that in some respects, some of the gameplay elements were like a breath of fresh air because they were starting to get a little fatigued. But right now, I think Assassin's Creed is in slightly slower pace drive as far as release goes, and they're doing like smaller spin-offs instead of, you know, what they were doing with Unity and Rogue, releasing 2 main series games simultaneously. That was Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, one of these trees have a goddamn Pokemon in it. I mean, God. Okay. Okay, so I believe Headbutt is a 70 base power move, which is way better than Tackle, which is like 35 in this game. Yeah.
And Tackle misses every time you want it to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also can do flinching. I mean, Heracross isn't the fastest Pokemon, so we can't rely on that. But
Call of Duty Brain Scratch Edition, $599 US dollars.
okay, hug a bug. As for the person who told me to heal him, I will heal him eventually. But at the moment, there's only Oh wait, hold on. We finally found something. Okay. And it was another Caterpie. God damn it. Okay, well hold on. I think how it works is that there are only specific trees that can headbutt. So I'm gonna keep on doing this tree over and over until I find a Pokemon that we can actually catch. Because I think we can also catch Pineco in this area too. And I think... Oh, wait, a Hoot Hoot! Awesome! Okay,
That'd be useful.
Yeah, okay. Oh, shoot. Ryan, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Can you look up what Hoot Hoot's move list is?
In Gen 4, sure.
In Gen 4, yeah. Starting move list, because...
Okay, just give me a sec. It's going to take a second.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's just, I want to whittle down...
I like how Cerebi.net put the red, blue, yellow Pokedex back on the dashboard.
Oh man, I love Cerebi. It's one of the best, Pokemon sites. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm putting the Hoot Hoot to sleep for sure, but...
Well, yeah.
But I also want to make sure that, I also want to try to whittle it down, but, Heracross is also 4 times weak to flying type moves, so if it's got, like, Peck or something, I don't want to even bring it out at all.
If the site would load.
Yeah. The chat says that it doesn't have any flying type moves. Oh, it woke up. Oh, it's just using Growl. Okay. You know what? I'm a pansy, and I'm afraid of this thing. I'm afraid of a level 5 Hoot Hoot. So I'm just gonna put it to sleep and then throw a Pokeball at it, and it honestly should be enough. So, yeah, Sleep Powder. Oh, it knows Hypnosis too. Okay. I mean, I'm probably... Oh, did you find it, Ryan?
No.
No? Okay.
It's in loading hell. Probably because we're using too much bandwidth.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna use a Pokeball at it. It should be fine. Hoot Hoot's a common mon, so it has a really high catch rate.
That's a good question. Which poor soul is going to have to play through Mega Man X7 for the channel? I think it's Johnny.
John,
Yep,
I think
he's in charge of the X series.
Yeah.
I'm doing Legends and Legends 2 and
Tron.
Yeah, I'll probably end up doing Tron first because chronological order and all that, but also
Yeah.
Tron is just shorter.
How'd you enjoy Legends 2, by the way?
Oh, I'm having fun with it. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm having fun with it.
Glad you're enjoying it.
I like the Legends gameplay, oddball retro control scheme notwithstanding.
I guess that means I'm stuck with 0, then, if we're all gonna have a franchise.
Oh, good. The hardest series there is.
Yay?
At the very least, you only have 4 games to worry about, but they're all stupid hard.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back and heal.
What about Battle Network? That's a good question.
I have very little interest in Battle Network. It just looks very strange to me. And also, I'm not really sure how the games work, because I know that they do a Pokemon thing where they have 2 versions, but I don't know if it's like Pokemon where it doesn't matter, or if it's like Fire Emblem Fates where it actually matters a lot. So,
Can't say I've ever played the Battle Network series. I've played a little bit of just about everything else, though.
Okay. Okay.
And someone on Twitter notified us we have BSC Sims now.
BSC Sims? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've never actually played The Sims, I think.
It's fun. It's fun to dink around it, but not play seriously.
Okay. I've meddled with it at a friend's or cousin's house, but I've never owned
Be right
The
back,
Sims. Phone. Okay.
Yeah, The Sims is. I like the concept of The Sims, but it's not really my genre. My second girlfriend was really into the series. That was like the only video game she ever played.
Well, it's just, I try not to think in stereotypes, but I find it funny whenever they just end up being
Well,
true, like the girl
you
who
know-
likes The Sims and things like that.
Well, of the 3 girlfriends I've had, including my current one, they all played video games, but that was only true of the second one. So 1 out of 3 stereotypes. Probably not so true if it's only 1 out of 3.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, Blathers the Hoot Hoot doesn't look particularly useful, so it's going to stay in the box forever. Lewis, do you mind banning the person in the chat who is saying offensive things?
Which one is that? I must have been distracted.
Oh,
that would be Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of just in there asking for it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, now let's get going. I don't think there's nothing else that I think that we really need to do in Ilex Forest, and so I think we can just move on. Awesome. Okay. Oh, people are only just now getting why I named the Hoot Hoot the Hoot Hoot. Okay.
Wait, what did you name it?
I named it Blathers after the owl, the museum owl from Animal Crossing. Blathers is the owl who you give like fossils to and stuff. So
Yeah.
I figured it was worth it. Hey Ryan, that you? Oh, ooh.
$40 from our Guardian ML. Hey, I finally caught you. So while the stream is up, here's free money. Now get flapjack and hookers. Flapjack.
Oh.
Don't you mean blackjack?
No, I think he means flapjacks. And to be fair, I would rather eat flapjacks than play blackjack. So thank you, sir.
Okay.
I don't know anybody who calls pancakes flapjacks, though. Or hotcakes, for that matter. I've only ever heard people call them pancakes.
I've only ever seen it called hotcakes on the McDonald's menu.
Yeah, that or, like, it'll sell like hotcakes. I've never heard of...
yeah, the old saying, but...
Yeah, I've never heard of anybody, like, just call them hotcakes before.
I've never heard of many people buying pancakes anyway. Usually, they're really easy to make on your own.
Yeah, pancakes are probably one of, like, the 5 things I could make myself if I was asked to put in the effort.
They're basically the laziest breakfast.
Well, cereal.
Well, the second laziest breakfast. Speaking of which, cereal commercials. They always say part of this complete breakfast, and they show it next to like a complete pancakes and bacon and eggs meal. Who eats cereal as part of a meal?
Yeah, like you eat cereal when you've got stuff to do and you don't have time to make a huge breakfast like that. Like, I mean, I do understand that a serving of cereal is probably about half the size of a typical bowl of cereal that a normal person would eat, and also that, like, especially when a lot of people I know eat, like, 2 or 3, so, there's that at the very least. But, I still can't really imagine, like, eating a bunch of, like, eating a bowl of cereal, bacon, eggs, and pancakes, like... You're the reason why America's stereotyped for being fat, okay? Jesus.
But breakfast food is so delicious.
Honestly,
Okay.
breakfast food is overhyped, personally, to me.
Blasphemer.
Now, breakfast food is breakfast food for a specific reason, and it's because the foods that are generally eaten for breakfast have the kind of nutritional elements in them that are best for getting you energized for the rest of the day.
Number 15, Tails. Why would you ever pour the milk before the cereal? Because it's like trying to put ice into your soda after you've filled it up with soda. It makes a
You're
mess.
gonna splash it, yeah. I mean, I do that with soda all the time just because I forgot to get ice, but still. It's not the smartest thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, we've got another donation. $5 from Very Bored. Hey guys, been a fan of for years now. Wanted to give back for all the years of entertainment. Pro tip from a guy who's been doing no death runs of Gen 2 for over a decade. You might want to level up Heracross to 19 so it can learn Brick Break. I'd also recommend trading Xenohorto for that Onyx. It'll be a big help against Whitney. And if you abuse trading, you can make a Steelix, so you can chain Stomp Morty. Thank you for your donation, first off. And for the advice, I will want to get that before I fight Whitney, although I'm not going to try to keep Heracross out against the Miltank because a rollout will be a bitch in that instance. I've kind of made it an unofficial rule that I'm just not going to trade with anybody because I feel like it would go against the spirit of the Nuzlocke. So, yeah. Also, thank you guys, whoever's donating. I thank you for that. You guys should also know that we don't do these streams for charity. So if you donate, the money goes to us, and we're greedy fucks. So,
it just gets dumped into our monthly paycheck. Is basically what happens. This is the donations that go in through these streams go into the fan funding. In fact, they're counted as fan funding on the analytics page. So,
yeah.
It's literally the same donation button you'd find on our channel page.
Oh, cool. Do they have it? I've never watched anything on YouTube Gaming, and I don't have the streams up while I'm the stream page up, I should say, up while I'm broadcasting just to save on bandwidth. Is the button like hidden someplace or
on YouTube Gaming? Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see it. I know I usually put it on videos anyway, so it's not exactly hard to find.
Okay.
But...
all right. So I think we can learn Fury Attack, which is not really all that useful, so I'm gonna ignore it.
We have a $6 donation from Nathan Nanez. Hey guys, been a big fan since Clement joined the Sonic 06 quote-unquote fun a few years ago. For those playing Fates, which side are you going with first? Also, since some of y'all also like Awakening, I'd appreciate if you checked out Fire Emblem Awakening, the supporting cast on YouTube. Myself and a lot of awesome aspiring VAs are putting a lot of love into the project and will have feedback. Have fun with the streams.
Huh. What is that supporting cast thing?
I'm sure. I think it's just a fan dub of all the dialogue.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I'm liking Awakening a lot. I think I'm right up at the big choice. You
mean Fates?
Oh. Well, I like Awakening a lot too, but I'm liking Fates so far. I think I'm right up at the big choice. I'm gonna pick the Conquest path to start. Then I'm gonna do Birthright. Then I'm gonna do Revelations.
Wait. Is the special edition version of the game like the entire package as one game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So if you've got the game normally. If you were to buy one or the other at the store, it would come with that campaign. I think when you get to the choice, you can go to the other route, but you have to buy the DLC.
They'll take you to the store. Yeah.
Yeah. So, So that's the big thing about Fates for me though is that it's kind of a confusing system that they've got going up, and I'm not necessarily a huge fan of it. I honestly, I wish that what they did was they had the two paths as one cart and maybe have it be a little bit more expensive than a normal DS game, because I understand that it is huge, and Atlas releases 3DS games for $50 as opposed to $40 all the time. And then have Revelations just be a DLC path later on. That's how I would have done it personally, but I kind of understand why they did it this way, so yeah. But the gameplay's solid from what I've played so far, although the introductory chapters are not particularly complicated, so I haven't gotten into any real strategy yet.
Well, they have to be for the people who choose Birthright.
Yeah. It's basically all tutorials up till chapter 6, so which is
fine because Fire Emblem is a series that kind of needs it.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Well,
somewhat.
Well, as somebody who's played Awakening a lot, I don't really need it, so it's a little bit unnecessary for me. But you have to consider a newbie every time, and there's probably going to be a huge difficulty spike as soon as I
get the Conquest. Yeah.
Yeah, because I hear that that's absolutely nuts. So.
Gonna play it on insane mode?
No, What? I'm not stupid.
Insane mode, no resets.
Shut up. No, I'm playing on normal classic because that's the mode I think is probably going to be the most fun to play.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we got a $1 donation from Layla Sayuri Kaden asking, what other games are you hoping for this year?
Like hoping to get or hoping to come out? Because there's a lot of games I want to get this year, but in terms of hoping to come out, like E3 is not all that far away, so I'm not.
Well, I've got my eye on Persona 5 and Final Fantasy 15, and apart from that, I'm just keeping an open mind myself.
Yeah, that seems like a good way to do it.
Yeah, I have Star Fox Zero mostly for the channel because we do Star Fox games here.
Oh yeah, I am planning to get Star Fox Zero. Whether I'll get it right away or later on, we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah,
I am.
also,
As for what games I'm hoping for, I'm hoping Zelda Wii U comes out sometime this century.
Oh yeah, there's Zelda Wii U coming out, Twilight Princess HD.
Oh, thanks for reminding me that that's actually coming out at the beginning of the month. I might actually get that this month.
I'm getting that version because that's the version we're going to do for Brain Scratch when I
Yeah,
get
Yeah.
to it.
eventually. We've got like 3 other Zelda games to do first, right?
I already have Wind Waker recorded. I believe John is going to do either A Link to the Past or A Link Between Worlds after that, and then we'll do Twilight Princess.
Yeah. Also, Red Shell Robo asked, will you ever do classic FPS commentaries on your channel like Doom or Duke Nukem 3D? Well, I have a personal nostalgic soft spot for Wolfenstein 3D, so I actually intended to record that. I might do Doom eventually, but I haven't actually beaten it yet, so we'll see.
Ooh,
Wolfenstein and Doom would be fun.
ooh, guys, we found a Drowzee in this route. That's actually a really good Pokemon.
Oh,
I
nice.
think Drowzee gets a bad rap. I think it's very underrated. So,
Well, people say that because it's just not quite as good as Alakazam.
oh no, it's basically supposed to be the defensive psychic as opposed to the offensive psychic, which is why as far as I can tell, at the very least right now, I haven't been serious into the metagame for a really long, like the competitive metagame for a really long time. So my perception might be off a bit. But I think fast hard hitters with less defense are more prominent. So they've always been more prominent, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I'm not terribly surprised about that. So,
Now, when people talk about the metagame, they're talking about the game as it is when you've already beaten the single-player campaign and you're strictly trying to put together a team that can take on other people's teams. That's where this Pokemon is bad, this Pokemon is good talk comes from.
Yeah.
Drowzee's perfectly fine for the single-player campaign, though.
yeah.
All right, Denial $1 donation. Is anyone here looking forward to the Sonic movie? And is Ted aware that Johnny secretly fears his power?
Well, first off, everybody fears my power.
I don't.
Well, that's
Damn it,
because you're Loki.
True. Oh, I definitely need to buy more Pokeballs. In terms of the Sonic movie, we've already got a great Sonic movie.
You had damn well better be talking about the Night of the Werehog short, because that fan movie was terrible.
Oh no,
What about the OVA?
I was talking about the OVA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Well, speaking of Loki, I actually watched The Avengers for the first time the other day. It was pretty damn good.
Yeah, Avengers is a great movie.
My favorite part was when Loki faced off against the Hulk, though.
Yeah, that was. I think out of all the Marvel movies, the Avengers is the most straight up fun. There
Yeah.
are other properties that have like more meat to them, I would say, but Avengers is one of the best action, like blockbuster action movies.
Yeah, and it had enough story depth to, keep me interested. But, I didn't actually go into it expecting something mind-blastingly awesome like Daredevil or Jessica Jones. I just wanted to have a little fun.
Yeah.
And it gave me that.
It was a great theater movie, I will say. Like, watching it for the first time in a crowded theater with a bunch of excited people was a blast. And okay, now it's a female Drowzee. Okay.
To Robert in the chat, the reason I made a reference to Loki with Ted is because his hair. People have compared him to Loki a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so female Drowzee. What's
This is.
we got.
Hold on.
Let's see. It's female and it's pretty chunky. So Paula Deen.
All right, we got 5 pounds from Zodiac O'Neill, which is a hell of an awesome name. Hey guys, been enjoying your content for the past few months, so thought I'd chip in and help you guys out. Keep up the awesome work. What would you say is the best and worst Pokemon you played overall?
Overall,
Wait, best and worst Pokemon is in which Pokemon or which game?
I think he means game.
Oh, okay.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Okay, sorry. If people are wondering what the hell's up with my name choice, that I was referencing that song. In terms of the best Pokemon game, best Pokemon game, it's a tie between the HeartGold and Soul Silver and
Black and White.
Black and White for me personally. And as far as the worst Pokemon game, I know Gen 4 is the common choice that I have, but you know, I don't like Coliseum very much either, so I would go back and forth for that being my least favorite. I'm assuming we're talking normal Pokemon because there's a lot of bad spin-offs, so yeah.
What I want to know is what parents name their daughter Xand?
Mine, me? I don't know. Oh, the grandma says that she. I forgot about that. This okay.
Girl ... friend.
I don't remember if they make the same joke for if you pick the boy though. Oh yay, we can call Ethan now. Yeah, that's super exciting. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yay.
Okay.
Female Ted's getting it on with Ethan.
I think about it. How many games do this thing where you have the choice between a boy and a girl character and actually both exist in the world?
Not very many, honestly.
I know Tales of Exilia does it, but that's because no matter which main character you pick, you actually have both of them in your party. What's the Sword of Mana, I think, on the Game Boy Advance? Has that thing going?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good game, by the way.
As far as I can tell, no Fire Emblem games do it. Although having your own unit is only something that happens in a handful of the games.
Well, you don't exactly choose your character, but Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn has 2 protagonists, Ike and Micaiah, I think her name is.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and you sort of go back and forth between them, and there are times when the 2 teams actually fight.
Yeah, I do think that there's also, the Tales of Symphonia sequel. I don't remember what its name is, but I do think that there's 2 main characters in that, too. I always get Radiant Dawn and the Tales of Symphonia sequel mixed up because they're both sequels to GameCube games wherein you play as new characters who have some sort of grudge against the protagonist of the old game. So, yeah.
Oh, I don't think Micaiah has an actual grudge against Ike. I think they just wind up colliding.
You can never be mad at Ike.
No, I think it's they just wind up on opposite sides of a conflict. Okay, $12 from our Guardian ML. So, noticed my checking was an odd number. Gonna fix that real quick. I know I donated a lot, but I had some to spare. I like you guys. Johnny is bestest. Ted, you are awesome. Lewis is cool, and Ryan is pretty chill.
Yay.
Woo!
Thank you.
Yeah.
Temperature is important.
You got to make sure that you're not overheating, otherwise, that could be pretty bad.
Heat is the enemy of all electronics. Heat and dust.
Yes, but he powers the universe.
Well, not necessarily. Energy powers the universe, although all energy...
Which often expels heat, so...
Yeah. Now, let's see. What was I... Oh, right. I have a thing on my PlayStation.
Oh, shit! Oh. Oh, it was a critical hit. Okay, I knew Diglet's weren't supposed to be that tough. Okay, there we go.
So,
Actually,
has,
Diglett and Dugtrio aren't that bad.
No,
Has-
they're very quick, which is weird for ground types.
has anyone here played the Way of the Samurai series?
The Way of the Samurai.
Well, just Way of the Samurai.
I've never heard of it before, actually.
It's pretty fun stuff. Pretty, obviously low budget, but it's sort of like a sandboxy samurai simulator game. It's cool. It's cool. I actually bought Way of the Samurai 4 digitally. While on my PS3, I was downloading it. I've played it before. It's fun. A little bit stiff, but fun.
Cool.
You don't get too many high quality samurai games, so.
They're Dynasty Warriors, so they all are basically. But the Samurai Warriors games are apparently pretty good. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like games that get into what it's like to be a samurai, as opposed to just the cool swords thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So anyway, here's the plan for right now. Goldenrod City is huge, but I've got 2 underlevel Pokemon with me at the moment, so I'm gonna grind them up so that they're on par with everybody else in this lower area. We've got a few trainers to fight in here anyway. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to explore the city some. There's a lot to do in Goldenrod, most notably getting the goddamn bike. So, yeah, we're going to do that. And
Don't you get the Eevee here?
yeah, I'm still unsure as to whether or not I should be allowed to use the Eevee, though.
It's technically the only encounter you have in Goldenrod.
Unless if I fish or something, yeah. But I'm still thinking about it, so I'll definitely pick it up for sure, but we'll think about whether or not I have to use it, so yeah. Oh wait, hold on. There's someone in chat. I'm going to add them to call.
Who could it be?
A person. There we go. They should be added to call now.
Hi, Nathan.
Oh, he's not in the chat. He's not on the call yet.
Oh.
Yeah, we tried to add Nathan to call. Just so oh wait, hold on. We picked up a TM. I did not actually see what the TM was. I'm probably going to be saving most of these for the time being, since I don't have any idea what Pokemon I could have at any given moment. So, let's see. This is
$1 from Not So Slim Jim asking, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Delta episode was awesome. What did you guys think of it? Never heard of it.
It's like
Why can't I say between the Rayquaza and Deoxys fight?
Can DK get a little warning first?
No.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hey guys.
No.
Hey. Nathan.
Hey. How's everybody
Wait.
doing?
Did I walk into? Oh no! Oh god! I'm having a huge brain fart. Sorry. Yeah. Hi Nathan. How are things? And stuff.
Recovering from a sinus infection?
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I've had a sinus infection since I started school on Tuesday. Started my school week, so I spent my first day off sleeping.
Woo!
And that always sucks.
Yeah. So I'm recovering, and then I saw you guys were doing this a little later than usual. It seems.
Oh no, we've been going
Started
for
at
about
6, which is what we usually do.
yeah, we've been going for about an hour.
Then I never got the notification that you guys were doing anything.
We tweeted it. Why aren't you on the Twitters?
I am on the Twitters, but I also have my phone set up to give me notifications whenever Brain Scratch does anything on YouTube.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I have the YouTube app on my phone, and it gives me notifications anytime Brain Scratch does anything.
Anything?
Huh.
Anything.
Anything.
I didn't know you could even do that.
Yeah, you can if you have the app on your phone, you can set it up to where it notifies you through the app, or you can have it set up to where it emails you notifications.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's how I keep up with everybody.
Creepy.
Little creepy in some aspects, because there are some people that just follow literally everything. But I just like whenever you guys live stream or upload a new video.
Oh, cool. Oh god, this guy knows dark and ghost type attacks. Okay.
Actually, yeah. Well, someone in the chat just said the YouTube app sucks. I've used the YouTube app. It seems to be pretty okay.
I just have
It functions.
I just have issues with it where, like, I'll switch to a different app for a moment, and then it'll, like, restart and I have to find the video again. And sometimes I have issues with it trying to, like, start a video.
My app never does that, so I assume it has something to do with your phone's operating system.
Probably, but, you know, it's...
Yeah, I have a Galaxy S5, so it keeps like only like games and stuff will ever restart when I move away from them.
Okay, interesting. Oh, Nathan, we have your favoriteest Pokemon on our team.
Yay!
Speaking of phones and games, I finally got off my ass and tried Candy Crush. It's pretty good. I'm only about 10 levels in, but it's pretty fun.
At least you're only 10 levels in.
Well, that was one sitting.
As far as match 3 puzzlers go, the only one that I've ever played a significant amount of is Puzzles and Dragons Mario on DS, and I've actually gotten very, very far in that game. Like I've almost beaten all 16 worlds. So
yeah.
Well,
technically, I cheated. I didn't play it on my phone. I played it on Windows 10. Windows Store apps have a lot of mobile games on them, and a surprising number of them are compatible with PC. So.
Candy Crush LP hype?
No.
As for Not So Slim Jim, this dollar is dedicated to the great Clement. Please bring him back as a guest in the future. We will keep that under advisement, and perhaps, maybe,
Tune
or
in
not.
next week.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to ruin it like that, dude. Okay, now it's
He
my
never
time.
said what day next week.
Oh, true. Very
Or what
true.
game.
Oh, yeah. Clement confirmed for,
Cooking Mama.
Cooking Mama.
Now, we should actually just do a Cooking Mama Let's Play, just for the fuck of it.
We should do it at a con with a face cam, because the fun part of, like, watching people do the weird motion controls is probably more fun than the game itself.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Is there a person there?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, man, you're a person.
Yeah, I am.
What else would she be?
And I have neither confirmed nor denied that she is a robot in disguise.
Indeed.
That does seem like
or-
something you would do, Ted.
Oh, Catherine, we've got new Pokemons. We've got a Heracross, which I have named Hug-a-Bug.
You got a Heracross! Yay! Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a
I can't
boy.
see. Okay.
And we've got a girl, Drowzee, which I was actually really happy to get. And I named it Eurythmics after the band that did Sweet Dreams.
Oh yeah, that band's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I assume so. They have one good song.
Well, yeah.
Well, you know,
That girl has a good haircut, so.
And you have a fluffy named doll.
Yep.
Daw! Are you gonna put Daw? But Daw walk around like I asked you to.
I think I had her out at the beginning of the part. I'm not sure, though.
And it's a female too.
Yeah.
I know, Nathan. You should listen to the stream where we got it. I was just gushing. with
I can
happiness.
imagine. It evolves into Ampharos.
Plot.
Oh yeah, that's like your favorite.
It is my favorite.
Also.
Unfortunately, we can't get Amphibulous in this game.
Oh, no.
No.
L'Oreal, because you're worth it.
I have an Amphibulous.
I know you do.
Is Mega Ampharos used in the metagame? Oh, an Abra. We could have gotten this we could have potentially gotten that in
Except it would have teleported away after one turn, so.
Yeah.
Well, we might have.
Abras-
Well, I have fastballs from Kurt. That might have done it, but I'm not allowed to catch it right. Well, actually, no. I'd be breaking the rules if I tried to catch it. The only exception is for shinies, and even then, if I found a shiny,
You wouldn't use it.
Yeah, I still wouldn't use it. That would just be so I could transfer it up to my other games eventually.
okay, Gregster101 donated $1 and asked Nathan and Ted to have a conversation in Yoshi and Toad voices.
Oh god, I'm not prepared for this. Hold on, give me a minute to drink something and then I'll get back to you.
Let me take a shot.
I just imagine, David Hayter going through the same setup process whenever he sat down to voice Old Snake in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you've listened to Old Snake's voice, he's got a really gravelly sound at the back of his throat, like his voice is going.
Yeah.
It takes a lot out of you to really try to do this for an extended period of time, you gotta realize.
I actually heard rumors that David Hayter's voice was actually going around that time because he was voicing Solid Snake.
That must be hard. Though I think I remember hearing, and I don't know if I don't remember. I think I read it on Wikipedia, so take this with a grain of salt. That he basically it was really ugly, the situation with the fact that he wasn't called back to voice Snake in MGS5. It was
yeah, because Konami.
yeah, I don't know the
Konami.
details about it, but from what I read, it sounded like they just didn't call him, and he was like, "Guys, do you need me?" And they're like, "No, we're all set."
Yeah, well,
Naked Snake, you're a liar. Also,
well, if you know about MGS5's plot, there's a reason Hayter wouldn't be voicing the character, but still.
oh, well,
Are you talking about the fact that it's? I don't know the plot of MGS5.
Spoilers. don't.
If it's the fact that it's Big Boss and not.
No, there's
okay.
another reason.
Okay,
There's
then
another.
let's not spoil it for everyone
Yeah.
else.
It's a plot twist. I'll say that.
Okay.
we've got a donation from Naked Snake in the chat. I try to control my donations, but the great Nathan comes in the call. You're tearing me apart, Nathan. And quick question for me, as I was once a former hair enthusiast myself, donated the hair to a Wigs for Kids charity. What are your thoughts on man buns, and would you ever put your hair in one for convenience? Thank you for your donation. You lied, by the way.
Lied about what?
He said he was only going to donate once at the beginning of the stream. So, yeah.
I didn't know man buns were a thing, so I learned something new today.
I go to college with somebody that wears a man bun all the time, and it's a little ridiculous.
Personally, I think I'd look terrible in a man bun, so I don't do it, although I do put it up in a ponytail if I have to, do something that requires me to move around a lot, just to keep it out of my face.
Back and forth, Ted?
I can, but I choose not to.
Is your hair is still incredibly long, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not really much longer than it was last year, because at some point it just stops growing longer. But I don't get it cut, so, if I were to get it cut, I'd do what he did and donate it, so it would be at least 8 or 10 inches shorter, so, yeah.
I don't know how you do it, man.
You just kind of keep letting it grow.
Yeah.
I think because I was in the military, my hair touching my ears really bugs me.
Yeah, that would be it. I don't think I could ever. There's many reasons why I don't think I could ever be a soldier, and that's one of them.
That's a very petty
Shave off
reason.
those side boots.
If I say I don't want something spoiled and someone spoils it in the chat, I'm going to block them from now on. So that's your only warning. Thank you. Alright. Sanaku Otaku donated $5. Hey guys, been a fan since 2010. Been going through a bit of depression at the moment, but I'm getting through it a step at a time. Anyway, have a great day and looking forward to the mess that is X6. Yes, it certainly was a mess.
That commentary was a lot of fun to do, though.
Yeah, it was. The game is just... Jesus Christ.
Nobody cares, Cygnus.
Wait, Cygnus is back in X6?
Yeah, he's back. He never
Indeed.
leaves.
Oh, no. He was so useless in X5 from what I've seen.
He's
Well,
the
he's
boss.
still here.
He's the boss. He's the captain, the chief. he's gonna take away Zero's saber and badge
Alright.
if he
Dude,
doesn't
I still
stop
don't
being a loose
understand
cannon.
what happened. I still don't understand what happened in X4. Zero was working with the Colonel and Iris, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I should beat you up."
No, Iris was working with.
Iris was just at the time because Colonel didn't want her involved with the conflict between the Rebel Force and the Maverick Hunters.
Yeah, Iris was working for the Maverick Hunters. I believe the Colonel was working for Rebel Force, is how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Real quick, DC Dungeon Master also donated $1. Hi all, Nate. The YouTube app alerts don't work for YouTube Gaming. You need the actual YouTube Gaming app.
No, I get notifications when they live stream from the YouTube app.
Well, have you gotten previous Pokemon notifications then?
Yeah.
Huh. Also, Ted, I'm the one who asked if you still hate in more unfriendly terms Gen 4 2 weeks ago. I'd like to know, why don't you like it? I'll admit it's been a while since I played it, but I thought I enjoyed it. Maybe I'm just biased because Darkrai is my fave legendary.
There's a lot of reasons. I haven't played the game fully since it first came out, so a lot of the stuff is fuzzy, but honestly, I find most of the Pokemon designs bad, just straight up bad. So there's that. I think the story is very weak. In terms of plot, Team Galactic is one of the worst teams in the series, although Team Flare is also up there. I don't like them very much.
Was Gen 4 the game that introduced the ice cream cone, or was that Gen 5?
That was Gen 5. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like
Gen 4. What was the stupid one from Gen 4?
Bidoof.
Well, besides Bidoof.
I don't like almost any of the Pokemon. The only ones I kind of like are like the only original ones that aren't evolutions that I kind of like from Gen 4 that I can think of off the top of my head are the Luxray family. That's okay.
But Weasel. Weasel's adorable.
No, the otter thing. I hate that one. That one's
Weasel is adorable.
No.
What about
Nerd
Rotom?
Rage
It turns into a washing machine.
Rotom. I don't like Rotom very much at all, actually.
What about Cricketune?
No thing. I think they all look kind of dumb and good.
I will admit there are a lot of Gen 4 that look dumb, but I enjoyed Gen 4 for what it was.
Oh no, I am not trading a Drowzee for a Machop. Thank you very much.
Wait, you could use the Machop against... Well, I don't know if... I think that's not kosher with Nuzlocke rules, but the Machop would be useful for our Whitney.
No, I think as long as it's in-game, it's okay.
Yeah, but I don't want to... I also don't want to trade... The Drowzee long-term will be more useful for... long-term will be most useful... more useful than the Machop will, though, so...
Alright, Gregster101 with a $1 donation asks, I was curious and wanted to ask, who is your favorite and least favorite lord in Fire Emblem?
Out of the ones that I've played, my favorite, honestly, my favorite's probably Lyn, and my least favorite is probably, honestly, Crom's pretty boring, all things considered.
But Crom's a bro.
Yeah, Crom's a bro, at least he's useful in a fight.
No, Crom is useful because if you just have him stand next to your avatar for the whole game, nothing will touch you.
Yeah. On my mark.
Yeah, but he's just kind of a boring character, personally.
Yeah, I still say the worst of the ones that I've played because America is Eliwood.
Yeah, Eliwood's pretty bland. Like, it's just in
he's bland and
comparison
he's just
to Lyn
useless.
and Hector. Yeah, stats-wise,
Lyn being,
Eliwood is like a razor's blade better than Roy in stats.
Is
like
Lyn
people act like Roy is just garbage tier. Eliwood is barely better. Like, so I don't know why everyone bashes Roy for
because
stats.
it's just funny because Roy was in Smash and Roy's our boy and all that stuff.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
I've only played Awakening, Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, and well, I guess I'm going to be playing Fates soon, but
I like Corrin a lot from what I've played of Fates, but I've only played 5 chapters, so you know.
My question is, oh sorry, I don't want to cut you off, Lewis.
I've heard Corrin is actually a really well developed character, so he or she might end up being my favorite. But out of the 2, does Micaiah count?
Sure.
Okay, then she's my favorite, but I like Ike. So,
yeah, I like Ike too.
And I just made a
with
political
Corrin.
pun, but nobody's gonna get that because
I do.
Eisenhower. My
yeah.
worry with Corrin was that as like the avatar character, I'm wondering how the personality is developed. So that's good to hear that at least some people thought it worked well, because that's one issue if you have the player character be the main character as opposed to the deuteragonist as it was in Awakening.
Well, Robin has a developed personality at the very least.
Really?
Yeah, I think Robin is a fun character.
I don't think Robin grows that much. I think Robin as a character, like they just kind of figure out what, you either, the thing with Robin is depending on a certain choice you make at the very end of the game, you either have a very satisfying conclusion or a pretty unsatisfying conclusion. It's completely up to the player.
I'm more talking about like through the game and the support conversations. I always liked getting support conversations with Robin.
I'm not counting supports. That's not the plot. That's side conversation.
Well,
that is, however, the character.
Yeah, the supports I think are more satisfying than the plot in Fire Emblem Awakening. So,
Agreed.
but so you can't just not count Robin in those, because Robin gets more supports than any other character in the game.
Yeah, maybe I don't think I'm quite okay. I think I'm not communicating effectively. What I mean is that I think Robin grows within their individual support, but I feel like Robin doesn't feel like a unified it doesn't feel as unified as far as a narrative and growth compared to, like, say in Final Fantasy VII, where clearly as the plots progress, you see Cloud grow as a character. It doesn't have that same effect when you see it through a combination of supports, which are very interesting, but mostly relate between the relationship of two units. But I don't think Robin grows that much from the actual events of the story. A lot of things happen around them. So that's what I think I'm trying to say.
Well, the thing about Robin is he or she is supposed to be the player's avatar. The story is about the other characters for the most part.
Well, like, I think Robin's a better main character than Chrom is, I think. Because Chrom, I think, grows less than Robin does. Because Chrom has less at stake in the plot than Chrom does. Chrom just wants to stop bad people for the second half of the game. Like, in terms of, like, Emerin in the beginning of the story, sure, but later on, Chrom's just kind of there, so, eh.
Yeah. But my point was that they didn't really put a lot of character arc into Robin because they wanted the player to they didn't want the story to have too much control over what the player felt about Robin's role in the story. So it's kind of like the main character of a Persona game. They don't really grow. They're there and they're your eyes for the story, and you're supposed to imagine what they're going through rather than having it written for you. But they do have that character traits. Yeah.
I think Lewis said what I kind of was trying. I think you put it into words better than I did. Yeah.
I've never played a Fire Emblem game, so I don't have an opinion on this.
You should play, at the very least, you should play Awakening. It's a great game.
I've been needing to get into Fire Emblem, but I never have.
Well, you know, if you have $100 to spare, Path of Radiance is an excellent place to start. No, I legitimately mean that. It's a great game. It's a good starting point for the series. It's a good place to jump in. Awakening is another good place, although it leans a lot more on the easy side than Path of Radiance, which may or may not kill the experience for you, depending on how you approach your strategy RPGs.
What game do you think is easier than Path of Radiance? I kind of spaced out for a moment.
Awakening's normal Awakening is definitely easier. It's pretty easy, I think.
Normal Awakening it's got hard parts. It's not.
Yeah. Oh, it's just that Awakening took a lot longer to start really pushing me than did Path of Radiance, and Radiant Dawn started really pushing me during my first sitting, which is how I know, oh geez, this is going to be a ride.
Yeah, that's true. Awakening is pretty manageable in terms of difficulty, I would say.
Yeah.
Unless you're on, like, Lunatic or something.
Oh, Lunatic is obnoxious, though.
Also, with Awakening, you have... it's the open map format means you can always grind for XP. You're not going to end up and also the fact that you're not limited in, like, you're essentially unlimited in promotion items. As someone who got pretty far in Fire Emblem 7 and just got a little bit frustrated and needed to take some time away from it, like, it is so hard when you have to think about, if I promote this archer, I won't be able to promote the other archer. It's really hard when you have to ration promotion items, because I hate feeling like I have to limit my usage of units, but that's what it is in the old Fire Emblem games, where you don't have an open map and can grind everyone.
That's interesting, because I got into strategy RPGs with Shining Force, and promotion items in Shining Force only apply to special promotions, like if you want to upgrade your priest into a monk, whereas or your knight into a Pegasus knight. Everyone has a base promotion, and you don't need an item for it. You just need to get them to a certain level.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds a lot. I wish that were the way it was, because it's annoying, because you have, like, 2 archers and, like, 2 Pegasus knights if you're not playing Hector mode. and I think archers and Pegasus Knights and maybe one other class share promotion items, and you can only get a couple unless you know like where the hidden shops are. I think then you can get a couple more. And I wasn't looking at I wasn't looking up hidden shop locations.
Yeah, hidden shop.
Hidden shop's pretty BS, honestly. I hate that crap.
Yeah, it's like you have to steal a specific card from a specific thief that runs away immediately at the start of the fight and things like that. It is pretty BS.
Yeah, well, the difference between Fire Emblem and Shining Force, well, the combat is basically the same shit, minus supports. Shining Force doesn't really have supports.
Well,
But,
supports only really became a big thing in Awakening, because before that, like, they were there, I think, as far back, at least as the GBA
Actually,
games.
no, there was a game before Fire Emblem that did a lot of the same stuff Awakening did, but we didn't get it.
Are you talking about Fire Emblem 4 Genealogy of the Holy Grail? Because I don't remember how...
That's probably it.
So 4 was the one that had marriage of first-gen characters. So it was divided into two halves. In the first half, you had first-gen characters who could achieve... I don't think they called it S support, but they could marry. And if you married them, say, the example I remember... Oh, crap, what's her name? The dancer character, if she married... she would have a daughter named Lean, and that would be your dancer in the second gen. Sylvia, that's her name. If Sylvia didn't marry, there would be a replacement child named Layla, who was a completely different character in stats and abilities, but also was a dancer. So it had a similar... and depending on how you paired up the units, the children characters would have different stats and different, like, maybe different abilities.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how abilities work.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all borrowed in Awakening. I think the difference is that for most of the other Fire Emblem games, supports are there, but they're not really emphasized as much, because at the very
They're
least...
pretty much nowhere to be seen in Radiant Dawn. It's one of the things that makes the game so goddamn hard. Like, there are supports, but they're, like, so nerfed.
The thing about Awakening that made supporting so important, though, is that you could support an unlimited amount of times, whereas at the very least in the GBA games, I think in some of the others too, you could only get, like, 3 supports per character. And I think, and the fact that, that Awakening allowed you to support infinitely is what gave it the reputation as a waifu game, because a lot of the times... The supports are more interesting than the plot going on, so you spend more time trying to grind supports to see more plot progression than, like, actually trying to move forward with the plot and all that. And, like, getting kid characters and things like that. I love the support system in Awakening, and I don't know how they convoluted it so that you get kids and fates, but, like, I mean... I don't know. I don't know.
Please don't spoil that in the chat. I'm just gonna say right now.
Oh yeah, if you post Fire Emblem spoilers in the chat, you're a dick. First off, so don't do that.
Also, I can just click this little flag thing next to your post and block you. So yeah.
Yeah.
The I got cut off while I was talking about this, but I was gonna say the main difference between Fire Emblem and Shining Force, apart from the combat being basically the same thing, was that Shining Force, between battles, you're exploring towns and world maps like a standard RPG.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it sets it apart in a way. Also, what sets it apart is that we were getting it in America while we weren't getting Fire Emblem, so a lot of players actually do remember Shining Force rather than Fire Emblem. It's a good series, though. I recommend trying it out. Sega Genesis, specifically. There's
What
also
if I don't have a Sega Genesis?
You
Well,
can get the Sonic's Ultimate Genesis collection.
Yeah, Shining Force 1 and 2 and Shining in the Darkness, which is a turn-based RPG, are all on the Ultimate Genesis collection.
Cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't hold out hope for a particularly engaging plot, though. The actual sequence of events in the Shining Force games is very basic.
I was about to say, I think I vaguely remember playing it in my childhood, and I remember it not being too in-depth.
I think I actually had you along for my aborted Shining Force 2.
Yes.
Let's play.
Yes. And I remember we were kind of lackluster the whole time, because it was
It was hard to talk over that kind of game. Failed experiment, yeah. But, it's still one of my favorite old school games.
It's a fun old school game, but it was just like it was hard to
Talk over.
Yeah.
Specifically, yeah. Some genres just aren't so great for that sort of thing.
Does this guy have 4 Magnemite? Yeah, he's got 4 Magnemites.
Of course he does. Variety, what's that?
Isn't it a super nerd?
Yeah, it's a super nerd.
Yeah,
It's no
so don't they
wonder.
always carry like the same type of one Pokemon?
Probably.
Shouldn't they know better if they're really a nerd?
Oh no, he's got a Voltorb, guys! Yeah!
Whoa!
Yeah!
Kamikaze!
Wait, do we bust out Guile's theme for this guy?
No,
or
that's
just
for Electrode only.
Oh, okay. Wait, why is it for Electrode only?
Because he used nothing but Sonic Boom in my Pokemon Yellow playthrough.
Oh, okay.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, he knows Sonic Boom! Yeah, okay, never mind. He can...
I'd do it, but I think I'll be off sync.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And it's really no wonder that the player character in these Pokemon games is always so amazing compared to everyone else. Because everyone else in the games is freaking stupid and doesn't know how to strategize.
Is Guile's theme... Do they have character themes in Street Fighter V?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they would never get rid of Guile.
But Guile isn't a playable character right now.
Oh, wait,
So-
really?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's not
instead,
part of the starting
Charlie
roster.
Nash. Charlie Nash is playable in Street Fighter V. Who's,
That's not Guile, though!
It's not Guile, but he has a variant of the same fighting style. Like he throws sonic booms using a Hadouken motion in one arm.
Are both Ryu and Ken in the game, or just one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, although Ken's fighting style has been altered somewhat to differentiate him more.
Okay, because I liked Ken. I like Ken as a character design the most out of all the classic
Oh,
Street Fighters.
he actually has a new design now.
Does he still have the red? What's it called?
He's actually wearing the same gi, but the shirt is hanging off of his belt. He's got this black undershirt going on, and he's basically
His hair
copied.
out.
Yeah, he's basically copied The Witcher's hairstyle from The Witcher 2 and 3, where he's got this sort of a high-tied ponytail, but he's also wearing his hair down to his shoulders, you know?
Oh, I know what that is. Where you tie the
Yeah,
tie the front portions of your hair back. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he also has banana hair, but that's more of a graphical thing.
Oh yeah, the graphics the stills I've seen of Street Fighter V, the art style's a little. I mean, it's not bad. It's just different.
Ryu has bug eyes, which is weird.
But what about sexy beard Ryu?
The art style in Street Fighter V is sort of a slightly more stylized version of what they had in Street Fighter 4. And the graphics are great, but the hair.
Yeah.
Like a good hair physics, like you'll really like the hair physics going on when you're playing as someone like Cammy or Karin. Those are the ones I play as. They've got really floppy hair.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna lie,
I just tuned in at the last minute, and you guys were talking about the hair looks weird, and I knew for a fucking fact you were talking about Street Fighter V.
John, aren't you at a con doing
this
con
Johnny?
thing? John, why aren't you doing mag festing?
Because John's back hurts.
Oh.
You're old.
I'm not gonna lie, I really don't like Ken's design.
Well, his classic
Shit,
design
Ken,
is
yeah,
in
fuck.
the game, but it's an alt costume, and we don't have access to the alt costumes yet, I don't think. Because you need access to the shop, and they're not opening the shop until next month.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah, Street Fighter V's like unfinished
You know,
to the
dude,
max.
that's like having the fucking opening ceremony where you cut the ribbon, but the doors are still fucking locked.
Everyone just walks face first into the door and it's still locked.
But the alt costumes are in the game and you can play with them. It's just that they're only actually used right now during specific story things. Like Ryu and Ken have their old school looks, like Street Fighter 1 old school in the tutorial because it's a flashback. And Cammy's in her like military gear during her story rather than her leotard, that kind of thing. And there's at least one fight in Chun-Li's story where she's dressed up like a police officer. which looks really fucking weird, by the way. Looks like
I'm not going to be here for long, but did anyone die?
No, we've still got a full
We
team.
got a Heracross.
Yeah, we've got a Heracross and a Drowzee.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Ted is doing extremely well now. Like he used up all of his bad karma during parts 1 and 2, and we're just rolling along so smoothly that, in fact, I think we've spent an hour not talking about the game. Like we had this really long ass Fire Emblem tangent.
Yeah.
Well, the game just came out, so you gotta expect
yeah,
that.
that's to be expected. That's what we do.
We're,
Okay, well, I'll be there fully for next week's section.
That's what you
session.
said last time, Sean.
Yeah,
I can't
and I had
handle
a mind
these.
fart.
I can't handle these lies anymore.
Don't kill any fucking Pokemon while I'm gone. I'll
I'm not-
see you guys later, okay? Love you.
This is probably some of the last trainers I'm going to fight because there's really not like we're going to be going for at most another hour, and there's not really many other. Well, I mean, I could go to the route north of Goldenrod and fight some trainers there. Actually, I probably should do that because a lot of my
Yeah.
Pokemon are very under. Well, 2 of my Pokemon are pretty underleveled. So,
What gym are you at?
Goldenrod.
Ah, I
Yeah.
see.
Dun 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 dun.
So the
dun.
Nuzlocke could end here.
That goddamn Miltank. What made that? What? Why that? Why that Miltank? Why make that one Pokemon so goddamn hard?
Milk, drink, and roll out.
I remember it. I haven't done a full playthrough of HeartGold and Soul Silver in a while, but I remember that it wasn't quite as bad in this version as it was in the original. Although I could just be, mixing up things, and I'm not going to underestimate it. So yeah. So yeah. I think we've already explored all of Goldenrod though. It's a much smaller city than a lot of the other ones in the series, so we don't really have to worry about that too much.
And
And
it's
it's
like
funny
the
because
big
it's got like
city.
the tallest buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the quote unquote big city of Johto.
Yeah. Johto's kind of the sticks.
Wait, it has a train.
Somebody donate. Metal Mario 991 donates $1 saying, "Donating to you guys because potatoes. What is your guys' opinion on the Ape Escape series? Those are some of my favorite platformers."
Never played.
Nope.
I played a little bit of Ape Escape back in the day. It was fun, but I never actually owned the game, so I didn't play it in depth. It was memorable, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, it was. I played I owned Ape Escape 1 on the PlayStation. I own it for my PSP now. I've never got to own Ape Escapes 2 or 3, but I've played them. They're fun. They're interesting. Ape Escape 3 has like different job ability classes, like you could be a ninja and
Cool.
get different acrobatics. And I think Ape Escape 3 has the Metal Gear Solid cameo game thing called Metal Gear Solid, where
Yeah.
you play as a monkey snake.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're really fun games.
Yeah. I didn't know about that until John did his review of Metal Gear Solid 3, actually.
Snake versus monkey. That's funny.
Yeah, there was a referential mini game in both games as a sort of co-promotion thing they had going
Are
on.
they both Konami franchises?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it was just sort of a guest appearance sort of thing.
Huh.
A lot of games do that. Like Dead or Alive 5 has Virtua Fighter characters in it for some reason.
The one I think of first is probably SMT3 featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Ape Escape was actually developed and published by Sony Computer Entertainment Japan.
Oh, okay. So it's a Sony franchise, all right. So
Yeah, that's why Spike's in PlayStation All Stars.
is Spike the main character from Ape Escape?
From Ape Escape 1, yes. Then it's Jimmy in Ape Escape 2. And then I forget
3
the
is it
two.
Vinny?
No, it's 2 kids. It's
Man.
2 kid. What?
Is it Vinny and Jimmy?
Oh man, you can tell that Sony had to really reach for characters when they bring back the guy from a franchise that hasn't had a game in like 15 years. Oh wait, Nintendo does that too for Smash.
Parappa the Rapper? What?
Yeah.
No, but you see, it's those crossover games where they actually use those IPs, and it's not just it's like almost every company that does this. So they'll reference the old stuff and count on their starved niche fan bases flocking to it because it's the only thing they've gotten in forever. But
Guys, look, it's a Pikachu. It's so cute.
Also, thank you guys in chat for saying the name. It's what was it? I just passed it. It was Kai and someone else.
Kai and Yumi.
Yes.
Yes.
Ryan, I love that post you did on Twitter. There's 720 Pokemon. They fill up 2 Pokemon slots with Pikachu. Okay, yeah.
That's so
Makes sense.
stupid.
Oh, my
I
God.
mean, I can understand the Luchador Pikachu being a costume for Pikachu, but it shouldn't be a separate character slot.
Yeah, but at the same time, fighting games pull that shit all the time.
No, I understand that doesn't make it okay though.
A Tekken series.
How many Ryus are there in a Street Fighter game?
I think the difference, Lewis, is that Tekken has like what,
No,
30
no.
characters?
The
Pocket
Tekken
had, like,
series, okay. The Tekken series, you wind up getting like 2 versions of Jin. Street Fighter, though, you get like Ryu, Evil Ryu. Then there's Ken, who plays like Ryu. Then there's
Then there's
Sakura, who plays like Ryu except with weird move balances.
Then there's Dan.
Then there's Dan or Sean, depending on what game you're talking.
And there's Akuma.
Yeah, then there's Akuma. So 40 characters, and already we're looking at 6 derivatives of the same style. And I'm not going to count the Invincible Old Master because he actually does change the moves up quite a lot. But like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that sounds worse than Tekken.
Yeah, well, that was just Street Fighter 4. To be fair, some of those derivatives were added in later versions of the game, so it's not like they all poured in at once.
I think the difference is though that Pokken just had, what was the roster like?
It's like
16.
It's like 16 Pokemon. And I mean, they got a lot of the popular ones, but there's still plenty. There's still plenty of Pokemon that they could have added. Like Gen 2.
Why Chandelure? Why Chandelure?
I love Chandelure. Okay,
It's a great Pokemon, but why Chandelure for Pokken? Why?
They needed more. What they needed is more Gen 2 Pokemon, because I think the only one on the list is who's his face? Suicune. There's no normal Gen 2 Pokemon, and I'm not delusional.
Ampharos would have been a perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not delusional enough to think that I'm going to get Typhlosion, but I'd love it personally, especially since 2 different Gen 3 starters are in the game.
Well, at least Blaziken makes sense, but
Blaziken makes sense. It's also Sceptile, I think. Sceptile is pretty cool too. It's just, and I get that the entire roster can't be all starters, but they do realize that they're some of the most famous Pokemon for a reason.
Also, a lot of them, their final form is like standing on 2 legs.
Oh,
Oh, you caught a Nidoran!
A Nidoran boy, which I'm probably not going to use. I need to get...
Nidoking's cool though.
It is cool. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let the chat name this one. So, chat, come up with a name, and the first one that I like, I'm going to take. So,
Henry VIII.
Pikachu. Name it Pikachu.
But we already
It's a Mewtwo.
We need, because we can't get Pikachu until Kanto.
Someone in the chat brings up a good point. Why aren't Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee in the Pokken?
Oh, true.
That would. Yeah. What?
Someone asked if we'd like to see. Gregster101 gave us $1 and asked if we'd like to see Jigglypuff in Pokken Tournament.
No.
Yeah, I would have rather had Jigglypuff than another Pikachu. Like, it's a popular Pokemon, so I would have been okay with it.
Pokken would have been like a perfect place for Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Sock and Throw,
Hitmontop.
Yeah.
Hitmontop, Tyrogue. All
Some-
the actual martial arts characters.
Well, you can't have only fighting types, though. Is the
But
thing.
Tyrogue's a baby.
So.
You
So
can't make a baby fight
So is
unless you're
Pikachu.
playing Chow Garden.
You want to know where babies fight, Catherine? They fight in Smash Brothers Melee, where you have Pichu, and that's actually a Pokemon that should have been in Pokken. Pichu.
Yeah. Wait, what did you name the
Pichu.
Nidoran? I didn't see.
Somebody in the chat wanted to name it Dork, so I named it Dork.
What a stupid name.
I know, that's why I picked it.
Should have named him Henry VIII.
Why Henry VIII?
Because it's a boy.
Did that guy have a red cape?
Yeah, he's like a performer, I think it is.
I thought he was trying to be a superhero. He looks stupid.
No, okay. Okay, good. You aren't gonna fight me. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna go heal before I face more trainers. Yeah, I'm gonna probably try to fight all the trainers in this route and then call it a day. So, yeah.
Like, seriously, the Nidoking would be way better than the Spearow, just saying.
I need a flying type on my team for fly, and I want it to be useful and not waste a slot for stupid HM slaves, which suck.
Or you switch it in, fly, switch it out.
That
Which is
takes
what
too
I-
long.
I'm sorry to say, I don't think Johnny is with us right now, so questions directed at Johnny are going to go unanswered.
Yeah.
No, Johnny has better things to do than waste time with a stupid stream.
Like, put a hot compress on his back.
I think we've got a pretty good team now, anyway. Like, hold on, let me look at my PC.
Alright, let me be super critical about your Pokemon.
Oh, I don't have.
I
a
don't
lot-
know what your team is right now.
Okay.
What is your opinion on Ed, and Eddie? That came with a $1 donation, by the way. I liked the show when I was a kid. I haven't watched it since I was a kid, though. It was a fun show. It's one of my fond memories of a time when Cartoon Network was worth a damn. But
Yo, it
Yeah.
knows. Wait, the Nidoran knows Double Kick and Poison Point. That would be useful for Whitney.
Well, no, actually, Poison Point only does normal poison, which kind of sucks. I'd rather have Paralyze. And its ability is Special Attack up as a cost of Special Defense, which is probably what I would have least wanted for this guy. So we've got Dork. See a Horto, I'm probably going to box him because Bellsprout isn't a great Pokemon. Oh yeah, I caught a Hoot Hoot, which I named Blathers. Yeah.
So that's why I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, so we've got Blathers. I'm not going to use him either because I've already got one bird and it's like a whole 10 levels ahead of this one, so I'm not going to raise up another Pokemon and
Yeah, they're
waste time.
both crappy, anyways.
Shut up. Plop is great. No, wait.
What? No, Hoot Hoot is awesome.
Hootit's good, but I like Spearow more. We've got Saber, who I might bring back out. It depends on the situation. Stacy, I caught just so that I don't have to worry about Zubats and caves. And we've got Bloop, who again I'm not gonna bother with. So that means our team right now is, if the game will let me get through menu hell.
Someone in the chat made a quote from Ed, and Eddie about Rolf. Friendly reminder that the voice actor of Rolf was also the voice actor of Goku.
The Ocean Dub, yeah.
Yep.
We actually got kind of a crappy nature for Eurythmics here because it's special attack down, which kind of neuters its best stat, which is a shame.
No, its
Wait,
defense is
special
down.
attack isn't down.
No, special attack is down. Red is up and blue is down.
David
special
VA
defense.
brought up.
Oh,
that,
sorry, my bad.
David VA, in response to me, brought up that Cartoon Network has Steven Universe, which is definitely worth a damn. Yes, but
One show
that's-
does not make a channel.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's one show, and when I was watching Cartoon Network, they had a lot of stuff worth watching.
Yeah, they had Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah,
I don't
there
know
was-
what's that, though.
There was all the cartoons. There was the Toonami lineup, which was usually really good back then, and then there was Adult Swim, which had some pretty damn good shows back at the time. I'm not sure what it's like now, though.
Yeah, I haven't watched Adult Swim in a while. And Adult Swim also had its anime nights where they showed like Fooly Cooly and Case
Cowboy
Closed.
Bebop.
Yeah,
Cowboy
Case Closed and Cowboy
Dragon.
Bebop. I watched those when I was allowed to stay up that late, which was usually just when my parents weren't paying attention. Yeah, those were good. That was good stuff. And I wound up going out and buying half the Case Closed series years later because I remembered it from Cartoon Network.
I love Case Closed.
Yeah, it goes on way too long, but
Why
does.
hasn't he just grown up into his normal form yet?
And I mean, it's still going on to this day, just not.
yeah,
the
It's over 900 chapters, yeah.
yeah, they stopped dubbing the anime, unfortunately, but the anime is still running. The manga is still running.
Yeah.
Both still running. Just
It
endless.
It might be longer than One Piece. It's probably longer
Yeah,
than
it
One
is longer
Piece.
than One Piece.
I think it. Yeah.
It is longer
Oh
than One
yeah, last I checked, last I checked, which was years ago, it was past 60 volumes.
The longest running
One
manga is
One
like
Piece
that
is-
boxing one. I
Piece.
forget what it's called.
Hajime no Ippo, and that's over 1,000
That's-
chapters long.
That's it. Yeah.
And it's still going, and it started in 92.
Very bored. I'm not doing training. I'm not doing trading for this run. So, a Vulpix. Ooh, yeah.
Funny story about Case Closed. The day I got out of the military, when I was on the plane flight back home, I was sat next to this Japanese businessman who was reading a Detective Conan manga, and we had a small conversation about it because it's one of my favorite animes.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I switched to see me rolling, and then the Vulpix immediately uses roar. Sorry.
I went and looked away from the screen to check the chat, and I was like, and you started laughing. I'm like, what's so funny about having a conversation with a
I was like,
Japanese guy?
Nathan's
in
story
Japan?
wasn't that funny. It was cute, but it was like. Anyway.
Ted
You
is master of
guys
inappropriate laughter.
just can't understand humor of my magnitude. You get it? Because I just used magnitude like a goose. Yeah.
Yeah. Although that did make me think, just in a weird tangential way. That reminded me of what it was like walking down the street when we were at the con, because like there's all these cosplayers around, but then there's all these people going to work.
Oh
When we're
yeah,
walking-
it was especially at PAX East, because that area in Boston it's a convention center for like businesses normally. So
Yeah, so like you got all these people in suits and dress shoes and all of that stuff intermingling on the street with cosplayers dressed up in all sorts of weird shit, kinky shit, animal shit.
What con did you go to?
Not all at the same, not all in the same category. Just like you got people cosplaying as animal people. You've got people cosplaying as characters with more fan servicey costumes. Then you got people cosplaying as whatever cool anime character. Just everything.
Then you got people cosplaying as business people.
Shout out to the Apollo Justice and Clavier cosplayers that Ted and I met at Anime Boston. They were pretty
Probably.
bad.
Oh, speaking of Apollo Justice, I need to go back to my GameStop and buy it.
no, don't do it,
Probably
Agent.
Do it, do
no,
it.
don't. You're too young.
Probably.
Mason System, you will love it like Phoenix does.
Probably the most
Sorry.
probably the most awkward part of that when we went to the con was when I got into the elevator and someone actually a woman who had nothing to do with the convention in this kind of dress clothes thing actually asked me what it was about. Yeah, have you ever found that yourself in the position of explaining?
Yeah, I've had to do that a few times.
of explaining
yeah.
to an adult what a convention is.
Oh yeah, that was great when I was trying to explain to my lab mate. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be in lab like Friday because I'm going to a convention. And I'm like, and he was like, my lab mate was like, oh, is that the thing like in because he lived in Boston near where PAX was, and he was like, is that the thing where people walk around in like stupid costumes and stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be one of them.
my sister was talking with her friends, and a few of them actually like sit in a Starbucks near the convention center around PAX. They're not like into the stuff that we like. They just sit there and watch people just to see the parade of stupid costumes. It's actually, it's I can imagine why it'd be entertaining, but it's also just funny to hear.
Hang on. Same fucking troll with several different usernames. Hang on.
Yeah, I see that fucker.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, I think of it as explaining to adults what a convention is, despite the fact that I'm well into my 20s. The first time I have to do this, because it's just I feel like there's this generation divide between me and these people. You know, that it's like I'm still the kid and they're still the adult. I don't know why I think of it that way.
Oh, I
Because
think
I'm
like
27.
I think like that too. I think I would need to like own my own house or my own apartment before I would think I'm an adult.
I'd still think of it that way, even if I had a fucking mansion of my very own. Just because it's because I feel like they don't understand the appeal of the thing because they're the wrong generation.
I don't know if it's a generation thing. To me, it's more of a people who are in the community, like in a community or involved in such things, and people who aren't. Because there are people a lot older than, like I am or we are, who attend these things and really like them. But I think it's just like, and I have trouble. The guy I was explaining to, who's my lab mate who I was explaining the convention thing to, he's a year older than me, and he doesn't entirely get it. You know, he can kind of understand when I explain to him, but he doesn't get it, you know. So
The worst for me was always Dragon Con, because that's always the same week as college football starts. So there's always a few games going on in the Georgia Dome, pretty much right across the street from the hotel block. So you always have this awkward mix of nerds and football fans.
Football.
Go
Madden.
play some football.
Madden.
John Madden.
Man, I hate
Lewis.
Voltorbs.
Voltorbs are really annoying.
Can't you just kick it away? It's just a ball.
I think this guy has 4 Voltorbs, and I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no. Now he's got one that's actually worth a damn. The first one was level 2. Just throwing that out
What?
there. The first one he threw out was level 2.
you
Yeah.
can't even get those in the game.
Wasn't the?
Well, you
don't
can
they
breed
go-
one, yeah.
Well, not in
yeah.
Gen 4. Breeded egg Pokemon are level 5 in Gen 4. I think.
All right.
I don't remember if it's Gen 5 or 6 that makes them start being.
It's 5.
It's Gen 5? Okay, start being a level 1 at breeding. Before Gen 5, you couldn't even get a level 1 Pokemon at all, I don't think. So, yeah, fun facts. Woo.
No, but you know, I don't even care about Voltorb as a Pokemon in battle. I just don't like mimics, you know? Mimics.
You know-
Treasure chests.
Yeah, a lot of people, make fun of the new Pokemon designs, but Gen 1 definitely had some stinkers, and I think Voltorb and Electrode are up there because
We literally got 2 piles of sludge.
Well, Muck I like Muck. I think Muck's actually kind of adorable in a weird way.
They're adorable,
Ew.
but literally, we just got sludge and more sludge.
Also, whatever the hell Magnemite's supposed to be, I'm not even sure.
Oh, also, we got eggs and then tree egg.
Oh yeah. The other
If-
one I
if-
like is we just got a seal, and it just basically looks like a seal,
and
then
it evolves
gets
into
sealed.
a dugong named
and it
Dugong.
evolves into like another seal.
Dugong is a dugong. It's a real animal.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
what? Hold the phone. Heracross can learn Aerial Ace by leveling up? The hell?
Learn it.
I am learning it.
Dugong.
Catherine, dugongs are like aggressive manatees.
What the heck? I didn't know this was a thing. Hold on.
It's a real animal.
Yeah, it is.
All right. What? Hold on. Bulbapedia. You need to send me a link to. Let's see.
Cows of the sea.
A dugong is like a manatee.
I've never heard of this. Unless there's some other name for it that I.
No,
I've heard
the real animals are called dugongs.
Yeah,
of.
they're
Is it spelled differently?
Yes, it's DU.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, the dugong.
It looks
Okay.
like it's a manatee.
Oh, it's got an ugly face, but that's okay.
No, manatees are adorable.
Oh no! I'm just saying the dugong has like a weird snout. It's still cute, but it's just.
Oh yeah,
funny.
dugongs have weird snouts. Manatees are adorable.
Oh yeah, manatees are awesome.
I love manatees. They're finally not endangered.
They are.
Yeah, they're back into threatened status. Their population is back up.
Oh, that's good. They've had it hard.
The only animal that I know off the top of my head that made it off of the list entirely is the bald eagle, which America. So
I
America.
think the buffalo is doing better? Question mark. I'm not sure.
anyway, we fought all the trainers in that one area, so I think we're gonna I think we can take I don't know, like maybe one more question from the chat, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Because I think there's a bug catcher I missed, so I'm gonna go fight them. Because it's almost 8, and I want to eat dinner, so...
People are saying save the game.
Oh, wait, never mind, I missed one. Okay, good thing I went back to heal then. Okay, I'm gonna save when we end. I'm not doing it just to save time, so, yeah. So anyway... Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Oh, and Magmar. Oh yeah, Magmar's kind of a dumb-looking Pokemon with its butt head and everything.
Yeah.
Magmortar looks worse.
Yes.
Yeah, like, honestly, I'm not, like, other than, like, Gallade, which looks awesome, I'm not a fan of most of the added evolutions for Pokemon that they add.
Gen 4,
Weavile, yes.
Gen 4, the
Miss
series of
Magius,
evolutions.
And also Mega Evolutions. I don't like almost all of them.
What about Mega Banette? It's so spoopy.
I think normal Banette is a cooler Pokemon design, personally.
I'm sorry, but Mega Amphibulous, thank you very much.
Mega Amphibulous is funny, but I don't think it's a good design.
It turns into a dragon!
Ted, by the way, I think if you talk to the policeman... Oh, wait, no, it needs to be night, and night doesn't happen until 8 p.m., right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I remember at night, the policeman right outside the park will fight you, but only at night. Because he thinks you're a hoodlum. What are you doing out this late?
And Ted, I'm sorry, but you cannot tell me that Mega Beedrill is not terrifying. What do you do to make a bee more deadly? Give it more stingers!
And they're just so overdone, is my issue with them. Like, there's no restraint, is, I think, the big thing.
That's the point! They're mega! They're so...
Mega Charizard X, it's a fucking dragon.
I think the doofiest one for me is probably either Mega Slowbro.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Why does Mega Slowbro even need to be? Everyone would just use Slowking instead.
Or Mega Salamence. I don't get Mega Salamence.
Mega Salamence is just stupid looking.
I will agree with you that Mega Salamence looks stupid.
Mega Gengar, I don't like either, personally. Mega Adino's okay.
Mega Adino's adorable.
The primal Groudon and Kyogre are fine, but that's mostly just because it gives them, like, glowy stuff. Mega Rayquaza, I think, looks absolutely terrible, personally.
Mega Manic Trick looks ridiculous.
Meh.
It's just like, what do we do to make Manic Trick Mega? Give it
whoa. Let's not learn self-destruct, okay?
Do it.
No, bad idea, Bear Miss.
The thing about self-destruct as a Pokemon move is that it never really made sense for a gameplay system where you only have one combatant out at a time.
It is good for, like, suiciding, like, if you know that the Pokemon's gonna die anyway, but the problem with it is that aside from, like, Voltorb and Electrode, who have piss-poor attack anyway, most of the Pokemon that learn Self-Destruct and Explosion, are very slow, so you have to be really specific about when you use it, because otherwise you're gonna die before you get to explode anyway, so. But anyway, I'm gonna save twice just because I'm paranoid like that. Thanks everybody for stopping by, thanks to our ragtag crew for showing up and all that. So yeah. Oh, we got one. So yeah.
Can I see Daw?
Can you see Daw? Okay, fine. Hold on. Let me get off.
Get off your bike.
Let me get off my bike and put it in the front. I took a picture with her though. If you remember.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, there she is.
I think I was looking up Dugong. Daw.
Playfully nibbling at the ground.
Daw is playfully nibbling. Silly Daw, stop doing that.
It's so adorable.
Ew.
Actually,
it's so adorable.
Actually, I'm gonna run back to the Pokemon Center because I'm probably gonna forget to do that when we start next week if I don't do it now.
Is that your mouse on screen?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be on the stream itself because it was.
Oh, okay.
You're watching via stream share, so.
Yeah. I just got confused. Catherine is confused. Catherine hurt itself in its confusion.
No, don't do that. Okay. Thanks. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night now. So thanks everybody for stopping by. We'll be back same Pokemon time, same Pokemon channel. In the meantime, I'm gonna go play more Fire Emblem. So,
Wait. Are we actually going to do Pokemon channel?
No.
Aw. Aw.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night.